My name is Dean Thompson, and I live in Oxford, Alabama.
How did you find out about Kids Outdoors?
I was up at UAB, Children's Hospital in UAB, and a family there had told us about Kids Outdoors and gave us the contact information and everything.
And then started the process of getting a hold of Miss Carol and figure out what we could do and this and that. And she's been great working with us to figure out everything and kind of just move forward from there. This is our first event, so I mean we're glad we came.
As deep as you want or as little as you want, okay?
Yes. So I was diagnosed with AML, it's acute myeloid leukemia, and we had found out when I was playing football, and like my arms would get like really bruised up. We thought that was just part of football, like normal.
Yeah.
But we had I had went on
An outing with a friend.
outing with a friend. And
Six
we went
Flags.
to Six Flags, and I went on the Goliath, and my I had blood vessel burst in my right eye, and I just saw blood, and we had went to the doctors after that, and our pediatrician, and they had told us we need to go to Children's at UAB, and I ended up getting diagnosed September 11th, 2023, and I stayed there for about 10 months.
10 months in and out of the hospitals. You do your
like
chemotherapy for, it's a week long. Every third day he would get chemo, and then he'd have to wait for his numbers, his white blood cells and his red blood cells to kind of recover, and that would take about a month. And then he would get like a week or two at home, and then have to go back in. He had 4 rounds of chemo, and did that from September to February.
And then I beat it.
He went into remission after his first round of chemo. They did the other 3 rounds to make sure that it would, hopefully we had gotten it all. Unfortunately,
It came back that following summer in August. Me and one of my buddies were out. We were looking at a boat he had just got, and I felt like it's kind of called a tumor.
No, it was a bump on the side of your head, and it's actually called a sarcoma. And it was a buildup of the leukemia cells that had formed a hard, basically like a little tumor. It's not a tumor, it's a sarcoma, but it was on the side of his head. And he brushed his hand through his hair because he was just moving his hair. And, oh, what's that? And it was a hard bump, and so we had to go in and talk to the docs and everything, and they did a biopsy and confirmed
That it was leukemia again.
the AML had built up, and then he had to do.
I had to go in for a round of chemo again, and so I finished that chemo, and then they put me in on another chemo to kill off everything in my bone marrow, and then they had I had to get a bone marrow transplant, and that was in October of this year or last year.
Yeah. April 29th will be 6 months out of his bone marrow transplant. We also had was it 4 days of radiation on where the spot was at?
I had 4 days of radiation on my head. And
thankfully, the radiation didn't penetrate the brain. It stayed on the surface where the sarcoma was at. So it didn't affect his brain in any way. So,
What was your initial reaction when you found out?
I mean, I really didn't know what to think.
I try to tell you, it brought all of us to tears, of course. I mean, it was just a shock, straight up kick in the gut, kick in the teeth, whatever you want to say. Me being a military veteran, been in Iraq, seen some things that people shouldn't have to see. And that right there was the hardest thing to ever hear. I bet you can't. Sorry. But it really was.
If you had 30 seconds to tell other kids out there something inspirational, what would you say to them?
That's a rough one.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't let it get you down. Like when I was in the hospital, I didn't think about it really. I just
He kept moving forward.
made the best of it.
I mean,
Yeah.
the staff at Children's Hospital is really good with trying to keep the kids' spirits up. I mean, they're always in there talking with Dean, and just, you know, if there was something that he wanted to talk about, even if it was like high school drama, you know, they would sit there and chat with him about high school drama.
yeah,
You know, I mean, it was, I mean, you know, I always, like, you know, told Dean, I said, hey, you know what? We found this out. We cried about it. We got the news. It's time to move forward. And all we can do is keep putting our left foot in front of our right foot, keep moving forward, and don't look back. You know, we're going to kick cancer's butt, and we're going to keep moving forward. And he did that wholeheartedly. He never bucked. He had bad days, he had good days, but he never complained. You know, why me? None of that. He just sit. We're moving forward, and that's what he did. I'm very proud of him for it. I mean, most kids would have, you know, why me? Da-da-da, and hate everybody. He never did that.
Surround yourself with a good group of friends.
A very good group of friends.
I had a great group of friends.
His church surrounded him. His friends that he's had since we moved here. We moved to Alabama in 2015 from Germany, and he found a good friend, and they're still friends to this day. And that's one of his best friends that he hangs out with whenever he can. I mean, great group of kids that he hangs
It's like
out with.
one of the only guys I hang out around with, like almost every day.
so who is this?
His name is Jackson Thomas.
Give him a shout out.
Yeah.
Good deal. So what do you think about the Kids Outdoors event?
It was great.
A lot of fun. A lot of
A lot
great
of fun.
people here. A lot of stories.
Yeah. So definitely going to do it again?
Yeah.
We'll see you here?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right, good deal. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate your time and your story.